Hello everyone, my name is Pukar Dhital. I'm an English instructor for Grade 7 and today we're going through the chapter The Endangered Species. So let's begin the class.
So let's begin the chapter, the endangered species. Okay, the endangered species. Now, what do you understand by the term endangered species? What do you think are these? And before we go to endangered, how about some extinct species? Extinct species. What are extinct species? Have we ever come to know about dinosaurs? I mean, what happened to dinosaurs? What do you think happened to dinosaurs? Do you still see dinosaurs on Earth today? Do you think we have any species of dinosaurs on Earth today? Well, the dinosaurs, as we know, are now all extinct, meaning we don't see them on the face of Earth anymore. They have gone, the entire species of dinosaurs have gone extinct. Of course, there are several hypotheses how these species cease to exist. Okay, but the thing is, when we see that a species, the whole of the species get wiped out from the face of Earth, then it is what we call extinct species. Meaning these species are no more seen or they cease to exist. No species of its kind exist. And when that happens, when the whole species get extinct, all right, or in one way or the other, when the whole species die, that is what we call extinct. Okay, so what is endangered then? Now, endangered, you can just say that it's just if it's a cycle, all right, so let's understand it this way. If something is endangered, if some species are endangered species, all right, then the next phase would be extinct. So see, so endangered means that the species are in the risk of getting extinct. Meaning this species, its numbers are declining. Its numbers are declining so alarmingly that the species are in danger of getting extinct. Now, of course, there could be several many factors for any species to come under this category, this endangered category. It could be the weather factor, the climate factor, or most important, usually, sadly, it's us, the human beings, all right, who would push a certain species to the brink of extinction. And because of us, there are already many species which are listed as endangered species. Okay, and today we are going to read a passage which talks about one of those endangered species. And of course, even in Nepal, several laws have been enacted to protect endangered species such as tiger, a panda, bear, and there are many species of birds which are protected by the law. Okay, that no one can kill them or capture them. Okay, so moving further, we have this passage, the endangered encounter, which I'll be reading in a while. But before that, all right, let's learn few vocabulary words. Now, it is very important to build a very strong vocabulary. Okay, so I'm going to here teach you or give you a certain format, all right, to build a strong vocabulary, which you can use to improve your vocabulary words. For instance, let's take an example of, so as for example, you can have to build up your vocabulary. Let's say here's word. Let's say the word is endangered, and then you have its meaning. All right. So the book defines. So I'm taking this definition from the book, and remember, also always take help of a dictionary whenever you're doing this vocabulary word. Okay. And of course, because today, because of technology, we have so many mobile applications or mobile or cell phone in our hand. You can take help from your phone as well, where you have different. You can install one of the dictionary apps, and then you can find out the meaning. All right. However, right now, let me go with the meaning given in the book. And the book says, at the risk of dying out. At the risk of dying out completely. All right, and of course, when a species dies out completely, this is what we call extinct. Okay, so there's a big difference between endangered and extinct. Endangered, in a way, is an earlier phase of extinction. Okay. Endangered means that a number of species are so low that they might get extinct. Okay. Now, once we come across this word meaning, all right, then we go for part of speech. That is whether it's adjective, adverb, part of. And it is always hopefully given next to the word, so it is easier for you to find the part of speech. And endangered, its part of speech is adjective. Okay, and insert, it's also written as, in the dictionary they usually write it ADZ for adjective, and if it's adverb it will be ADV for adverb, and for noun or V for verb. And usually, all right, we will be dealing with these four part of speech here: adjective, adverb, noun, or verb. Okay. However, let's focus here entirely on this particular part of speech where endangered is actually adjective. Okay. This is just for your info by the way. And then what you write is sentence from the book. Now, this sentence from the book, all right, as the title itself says, okay, so we go to the passage and figure it out where this particular word endangered is used in the passage, all right, in which sentence, and we copy the sentence as it is. Okay, so let's read the passage here. Okay, so as per book, snow leopard, elephant, and river dolphin are also on the list of endangered animals, among others. And now, do not be mistaken, all right? This is a sentence straight from the book, straight from the passage, all right, under the topic, the endangered species. Later, when I reveal you the passage, you'll understand it from where I had taken it, or from where I have taken it, okay? So, remember, as the title suggests, as this particular title suggests, sentence from the book, snow leopard, elephant, and river dolphin are also on the list of endangered animals, among others. Now, once you're done with sentence from the book, move on to the next topic. That would be, remember, it's the format, all right? That would be sentence of my own. Sentence of my own. See, just like the title, now you're here making a sentence of your own, all right, on the word endangered. So let's say it is illegal to hunt or catch the animals listed in the endangered list. See, it is illegal to hunt or catch the animals listed in the endangered list. Of course, that is applicable to birds as well, all right? Don't be mistaken. So it's both animals or the birds. But for the sentence here now, let's talk about the animals. It is illegal to hunt or catch the animals listed in the endangered list. Now, so see, this way, we have just recently learned the technique of improving your vocabulary, where it starts from word, right? Against format, insert word, its meaning, its part of speech, sentence from the book, and finally, sentence of my own. See? Word, meaning, part of speech, sentence from the book, and sentence of my own. So this is the format, all right, to improve your vocabulary words. And remember, every time you read a passage, not necessarily it has to be always, it must be from a book, all right? Whether you read newspaper or any magazines or anything, whenever you read something and whenever you come across words whose meaning you do not understand, then you should be making a vocabulary words, all right? That will help you remarkably to improve or have better grasp over the vocabulary words, and also how to use it in your writing. So let's begin the passage. The endangered encounter. It is a cold morning in a village in Taplejung. The mist is rolling through the branches. The students going to school are shivering. Manahang and Kumang are trying to keep warm by walking briskly. Look at all the mist. I think it will get colder tonight, Manahang said. Well, maybe, but I'm more worried about school. We'll definitely be late today, replied Kumang. Don't worry, our English teacher will probably come late too. He always does that, Manahang argued. That is true, but I'm afraid of our head teacher. He certainly won't come late. Kumang showed his uneasiness. Hey, look, what is that on the road? Looks like an animal, shouted Manahang. Oh no, it's a red panda. It must be herd, replied Kumang. No, it's moving. I think it will walk away, said Manahang. As the boys watched the red panda slowly walk across the path, it walked with its usual slow action. The boys watched it as it slowly climbed a tree nearby. It looked at them with its wise old eyes. Manahang was excited. "Let's catch it and take it to the school." Kumang was more restrained. "No, we should not ever catch red pandas." "But why not?" argued Manahang. Kumang said, "Because it is one of the endangered animals of our country. We should protect them and the habitat that they live in." "Really?" Manahang showed his surprise. "I thought only tigers and rhinos were endangered animals." "Well," started Kumang, "there are many animals that are listed as endangered animals. Snow leopard, elephant, and river dolphin are also on the list of endangered animals, among others. Most of these animals will probably become extinct without human help." "Wow, I had no idea. What should we do to protect them?" asked Manahang. "First, we need to make people aware about how special these animals are. They have to be told not to hunt or catch the animals on the endangered list." "We shouldn't destroy their habitat either," replied Kumang. Manahang said, "I don't know about the animals, but one thing is for sure. The forest will certainly disappear if we cut down the trees at the rate we are doing now. It is difficult, but it is also something that needs to be done." We have reached the school now. Do you have any excuse?" Kumang asked hopefully. "Don't you worry," said Manahang. "We'll tell the story about how we found a red panda on the way to school. That will be some story." A smile crept on Kumang's face and he said, "I'm sure that excuse will work," as they entered the school. "Here's a list of animals that are considered endangered. All these animals are found in Nepal." Now here are the list of endangered animals of Nepal. Pygmy hog, chiru, tiger, red panda, river dolphin, rhinoceros, wild water buffalo, Asian elephant, snow leopard, Tibetan antelope, flying squirrel, and hispid hare. Now these are all the endangered animals listed in Nepal. And now that we've read the passage, here's a fill in the blanks related to the passage. Okay, and our task is to read the passage again and fill in the gaps with words from the passage. All right, so for this we might have to read the passage again and again to figure out, all right, the word that is missing here in each sentence. Okay, the first one, let me do a few for you. Fill in the gaps with words from the passage. The is rolling through the branches. Now, if you read the passage again, you'll see that its answer is in the very first paragraph. So when you read the passage, in the very first paragraph, you'll see that, so the dash is rolling through the branches. Okay, so the answer should be the mist is rolling through the branches. Now, let's look at number D. We should protect them and the dash that they live in. So if you look at the passage, you'll get that we should protect them and the habitat, Habitat, and the habitat that they live in. And the final number, we will tell the story about how we found a red panda on the way to school. That will be some story. So all these answers, you can get it reading the passage. Right then the passage, maybe you can take out like 2 minutes or 3 minutes time or max 5 minutes time to yourself and read the passage again and fill in the gaps. Okay, now moving further, we have the question and answer. So let's look at some questions here. Now answer these questions. Number A. How is the weather in the story? How is the weather in the story? Now these two are what I would call a verbal questions, right? You can answer it verbally. And number B, who always comes late? Who always comes late? Now you can answer these two questions verbally, meaning orally, all right? You don't have to write this in the paper to answer this question. Now, how is the weather in the story? As you can read in the very first paragraph, it says it talks about a cold morning in a village in Paplejong. So the weather in the story is cold. I mean, it deals with cold weather. Okay, who always comes late? All right, where Manahang says that their English teacher, all right, often comes late. So who always comes late? The English teacher always comes late. Okay, now let's move on to something where we have to write. Okay, now let's again have a look at these questions. How are Manahang and Kumang trying to keep warm? Now the answer to this is Manahang Remember the question, the answer always usually begins right from the question. Okay? So, Manahang and Kumang are trying to keep warm by walking briskly. Walking meaning quickly, okay? So Manahang and Kumang, remember I began right here from the question. Manahang and Kumar, now we take care of the auxiliary verb here, all right, are trying to keep warm by walking briskly. Now this is the answer which I get from the passage, okay? Now let's move on to number 2. Now, number 2. What did they see on the way? What did they see on the way? Okay? And again, the answer to this question, remember the answer begins usually from the question, and we take care of the simple past here. So usually we don't begin our answers with they, but since the question here has used they here, this pronoun they, we're going to begin with they, okay? So they, all right, this did, and now this verb, see. We'll have to take this to simple past because did is here in simple past form, so the answer must be given in the simple past form, all right? What did they see on the way? They saw a red panda on the way. You see that? Or you can also write on the way they saw a red panda. Okay. Now let's move further. Number 3. How can we protect these endangered animals according to Kumang? How can we protect these endangered animals according to Kumang? Alright. So again, if you read the passage, Kumang has given his view how we can protect these endangered animals in Nepal. Okay. According to Kumang, to protect these endangered animals, first we need to make people aware about how special these animals are. They have to be told not to hunt or catch the animals. On the endangered, let's move on to the next page. List. People shouldn't destroy their habitat either. Alright, so let's read the answer again. How can we protect these endangered animals according to Kumang? According to Kumang, to protect these endangered animals, first we need to, we can also keep a comma here. According to Kumang, to protect these endangered animals, first we need to make people aware about how special these animals are. They have to be told not to hunt or catch the animals or the endangered on the endangered list. People shouldn't destroy their habitat either. So see, to do this answer, you make sure that you read the passage time and again and take good care of the auxiliary verbs in the question. And remember, usually the answer of the question, all right, usually begins from the question itself. Okay, so keep this in mind. And of course, to get the answer, you have to read the passage time and again. So this again, you can do it as a classwork. All right, I'm going to write many questions here. A few more questions here, which you can do it as a classwork. Number 4, for instance. What is Kumang worried about? Number 5. Why should we not catch red pandas according to Kumang? Number 6. Name some animals from Nepal that are in the endangered list. Name some animals from Nepal that are in the endangered list. So now remember, to answer these questions, you'll have to read and perhaps reread the passage again. If you don't get answer right at your first attempt, then make sure to reread the passage again to get the answer. Now moving forward, we have, and of course you can take around maybe 10 minutes time to do this, 10 to maximum 15 minutes time to do these questions. Okay, but if you read the passage really well, I'm sure you can manage to do it within 10 minutes time. Now moving forward, now where's it words? In the passage above, find words which mean the following. Now again, all right, find the words which mean the same. I mean, look at this word bow. So in the passage above, find words. What do you think is the word in the passage which mean the same? Now these words are called synonyms. All right, meaning you have to find the word which mean just the same. Just like happiness is a synonym of joy, or just like cruel can be synonym to rude. Okay, similarly, you got a word from the passage which mean bow, and if you read the passage, you'll see that branch, B-R-A-N-C-H, branch also means bow. Now, shaking, all right, means to wobble. I mean, again, if you read the passage, you'll come across the word shivering. It's I-V-E-R-I-N-G. Now, these two words, shaking and shivering, they mean the same. Okay, like similarly, if you go here in discomfort, all right, here you'll find the word uneasiness. U-N-E-A-S-I-N-E-S-S, uneasiness. Discomfort and uneasiness both mean the same. And finally, vanish, according to the passage, the word which also means vanish is E-X-T-I-N-C-T, extinct. Okay, so of course to get this, you need to have two things. One, get help from dictionary, and second thing, you got to read the passage. You have to read the passage perhaps several times, all right, to come across a word which means the same. Okay, so again, this also you can do it as a classwork. Now moving further, so thank you very much, and if you have any queries, please feel free to email us at learning@deerwalk.edu.np. Thank you.